I think it's so interesting seeing all my friends, people online talking about how they're like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriends went out to the bars the other night. There were just no suitable men. There were no like attractive men there. Everyone's just like, where are all the good men? Where are all the hot men, the good men? As much as some of us hate it and we love hating on dating apps, I think sometimes we need to go on Hinge, we need to go on Cuff, because sometimes like these men, they're not out. They're just simply not out because they're the good ones that stay in and then like work out and run the next day. Or they're just like not at the clubs like every weekend. So it's good to go on the apps to meet people that you probably wouldn't normally meet out.
Women do not want responsibility for taking the lead in the relationship. They don't want it. Even when you're dating, they want no responsibility for the logistics of that date. None whatsoever. They can plan a date. Thank you for reconfirming what I just said. The man is responsible for planning and setting that date. The woman just wants to show up, look pretty, and feel heard and appreciated. That's it.
Baby, pray for the people who hurt you. And I am so serious. Not because they deserve your prayers, not because they apologized, not because what they did was okay. You pray for them because they have no idea what is coming for them. See, some people think they got away with it. They think they lied on you, lied to you, betrayed you, used you, disrespected you, manipulated you, and walked away untouched. But God sees everything. And when I tell you, I don't wish bad on nobody. I really don't. I mean that. I don't sit around hoping people suffer. I don't sit around plotting revenge. But I have learned something over the years. When people intentionally hurt a genuine person, life has a way of collecting debt. That's why I genuinely pray for those people who crossed me. I do. Because I know the kind of heart I have. I know my intentions. I know what I've done for people. So my prayer is simple. Lord, have mercy on their soul. Give them grace. Give them wisdom. And whatever lessons they need to learn, let them learn it before it's too late. But if it's too late, Lord, well, then it's just too late. Because, baby, I would rather God forgive them than have them find out the hard way that he was paying attention the whole entire time. Okay? Now, be safe out there now.
And honestly, modern women be like, why am I not being asked out? It's because, honestly, men are having, with a lot of these young ladies, men are having to ask. Men are having to beg for the bare minimum. I'm having to beg for softness. I'm having to beg for, you just showing some type of interest. I'm having to beg for you to say that you even like me. I'm having to beg for you to say thank you, while you expecting me to buy you all of these gifts and wine you and dine you and all that stuff.
If a woman is interested in you, she will not keep doing this one thing. She is not going to disappear all day. She just won't. Because a woman who is interested in you will always make herself present. She will text you. She will ask you how you are. And she will include you even if she's busy. If she's absent all day and only appears when she needs something, that shows you exactly where you stand. Many men still get confused, making excuses that she's tired or she's just busy from work. No, the truth is very simple here. People make time for what really matters. That's it. If you're always the one initiating, proposing, keeping it going, you need to stop convincing yourself that that's just the way she is, because it's not. A lack of time is lack of intention. When a woman wants to be in your life, you will feel it. And when she doesn't, it's just you who hasn't realized it yet.
And men are looking, because a lot of modern women, they're excited, they are enthusiastic, and they're trying to create vibes. And what men are noticing and what's making them, and this is what, the vibes were off. He doesn't really feel like he's romantic. Felt like more like he was a friend. In some instances, that's a man being cautious and saying, is she really like this? Or is she just putting on? That would be a woman's form of love bombing. You'd be love bombing a man. Oh, I'm so into you. I'm so interested. When really you're not interested. You just, trying to put your emotions out there and act like you're so excited to get him to pay for that expensive dinner.
The world record for a man is 9 minutes faster than the world record for a woman. You're telling me that in 55 years of women running a marathon, we've caught up within 9 minutes of a man?
Now I'm only 9.58 seconds behind Usain Bolt, who is the fastest runner in the 100-meter dash. Running is one of the most difficult sports to shave down your time to get better. Come here a little closer. People can run the mile in 4 minutes. That's over 2 miles you're behind. And don't get me wrong, because obviously that is still fairly close, and obviously that's still good speed for a woman. But when you're looking at time-wise, it's very, very far.
I've decided to move into another direction.
That's how you feel. I gotta respect it.
And that's all you have to say. If that's how I feel, I'm gonna respect it.
You seem like
you said your one-liner. If that's all you have to say, let's hug and let's just let it go. You ain't trying to fight for nothing.
You seem like you've already made your
decision. It
decision.
ain't about me already making a decision. You don't have a rebuttal for nothing that I'm saying.
You seem like you've already made your decision.
I wanted you to say something.
I'm
you're not
listening
saying
to you speak.
It's not time to listen. It's time to talk. All of the things you say you want to be there. You're here for me. You're all about the future and everything. You didn't even fight for a second.
They be saying like a woman would submit naturally if a man was leading properly. I be saying like that. And I just be wondering, if I gotta go off and do my man on my own, right? Develop my leadership skills and all that, why the do I have to make you submissive? Ooh. Why do I have to make you a follower? Again, I'm not talking to y'all because you know nobody ever wears that shoe. I'm not talking to y'all. I just be seeing these memes that say that men are the reason that women are not feminine and that men are the reason. I'm not saying we ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying if I solely have to do with my process as far as me becoming a leader and becoming more masculine or whatever you deem that to be, then why is it that I also have to be responsible for the process that you have to go through to become an effective follower? I'm just saying if I gotta go do my work, you go do yours, and let's meet when we both healthy. You feel me? Because a lot of these questions be coming from an unhealthy place. You expect a man to somehow bring a structure into some that you're not ready to follow.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they want men to approach, but they want to tell men how to approach, right? And to a degree that makes sense, right? Well, obviously don't approach me, you know, in certain places like at night during the park, like at, in a dark parking lot, or, you know, don't come up and call me baby. Like, I don't know you. I'm not your baby. Makes sense, right? But modern women have a way that they want men to approach, and you have to have it. It's one thing to say, okay, I don't want a man to call me baby because, you know, I don't know you. But then there's also, oh, I want him to be in a black suit, wearing some Louis Vuitton, I don't know, flip-flops, have a buzz cut, look like, I don't know, Matt, whoever, you get it. There's one thing to say, I don't want him disrespecting me versus, oh, he got to come up like to me like this with a glass in his hand, and you don't get approached. Because if a man doesn't look a certain way, if he doesn't talk in a certain manner, right, then you disrespect him. And so men watch that, men see that, and then they're like, no.
One of the most surprising places that successful women can meet really great quality guys you'd want to have a committed, healthy relationship with. It isn't Equinox, it's not the gym, it's not this, it's not that. It's actually charity galas. And if you guys aren't on the charity gala scene, I highly recommend it. But there are mistakes that people make. You can't just join any charity. First, you got to know that they have galas. Because you want a quarterly, you want a biannually, you want some kind of party that everyone's going to get together. But the second thing that most people do not consider, because I was in a bunch of these in New York, is some of them are heavily women dominated. So what does that mean? You go to one like a Central Park Conservatory as an example. That gala is going to be at least 70 to 80% women. And if you're looking to meet a guy, that's probably not your spot. If you're looking to have some good time with the gals, good spot. Bad spot for meeting a guy. So you want to find charities that have galas that you care about the cause as well, that are at least equal or heavily male skewed. That's some sauce right there.
If I'm in a romantic relationship with a woman and she comes home and starts telling me about something that's upsetting to her, that she doesn't want what my male friends want. Like if I called a buddy of mine, if I called you, I've called you before. If I called you and I said, Steven, I'm having this problem, man. I'm dealing with one of my sons and he's doing X, Y, and Z.
if you went, that must be very hard, Jim. I'd be like, yes, it is, Steven. That's why I called you. Do you have any suggestions? Like, what do you think I should do here? Like, you're a smart guy. I called you because I wanted you to help me. Very often, that is the opposite. Most women want you to hear them, give them some support. You guys can have this conversation. A couple can have this conversation. You can say, hey, listen, right now in this moment, you're not coming to me with a problem. But when you come to me with a problem, my natural proclivity is to start throwing solutions. And I've learned maybe that's not the best way. Do you find that's true? Like, do you want me to maybe, like, when you say these things, could I? Because again, this is a job. I want to be good at this job. Why is it wrong for me to ask you how can I be better at this job?
And you know, y'all keep on thinking because a man is opted out of dating and just stopped dating, that the man is bitter, that the man just hates women, when it's really just a cost-benefit analysis. That's it. Am I getting what I put out? And if I have to look at myself and say, I need to do better, well, maybe I don't need to be dating at that point in time. So that's one way. But if I look at myself and I'm saying, okay, I've got a couple of places that I can improve, right? But, you know, I'm kind of still looking. But when I look out there and I see maybe 2 or 3 things that I have to take care of versus you thinking that you're better than me and you saying, well, you got 10 things to take care of and I have none. I have none to take care of. A man is going to look at that and be like, delusional. So she says, I have tons of things to take care of, but she has none. I'm self-aware. I know there's probably a handful of things that I could do better, but she's saying she ain't got nothing to improve on. She's not even standing there thinking about what she can improve on. It's time for me to go sit down somewhere.
How tall are you?
Oh man, I'm about 5'6". Cool 5'6".
You consider yourself a short king?
I would consider myself a short king, man. I'm a short king, man. Short kings, all 2024, man. We're winning, man.
So as a short king, what would you say is the biggest misconception that people have about it?
Is that we're soft, bro. Like, we don't get the respect we deserve, bro. People just step on us, you know? Because they think of our height is just what makes us, bro, you know? So they don't look past that.
So have you dated women who are taller than you in serious relationships?
I tried to. They don't want to.
So your exes are all your height or shorter?
Yeah, my height is shorter. Unfortunately, I approach kind of taller women. They don't really perceive me as, you know, kind of the guy they go for. So if there's any tall girls out there, I like to climb trees. I like to explore, you know. So
how do you accept it?
It's tough. I cry, man. I cry. It's tough, man.
If you're wondering if going 50-50 is actually feminist or not, consider how hard men fight for it. Then ask yourself if you've ever seen men fight so hard for a feminist cause. Ask yourself if you've ever seen men argue online for something that doesn't benefit them. Ponder aloud to yourself, if it were really for women, would they be phrasing it this way? If 50-50 were truly feminist, wouldn't men have decent arguments as to why we should go 50-50? Instead, all their arguments are women are just children looking for daddy. Instead, their arguments are women just see men as ATMs. Men argue for 50-50 because they know they are getting the good end of the deal. They know in the end, the only thing that would ever be split 50-50 on paper is money. If going 50-50 with a man was truly feminist, most men wouldn't want you to do that. He's calling it equality, but really it's a discount. There are many feminist topics. Which ones does he decide to weigh in on? And why is it only 50-50 and coercion? I'll never tell you to rely on a man, but don't pay for the opportunity to be with one either.
You know, back when I was still having with men who wore Adidas slides and dirty white socks, you know the ones. I wish I could tell me then that I'd be married to like a whole pediatrician sitting outside in our backyard by the fire he built me, drinking an old fashioned, waiting for him to come downstairs to join me because he's putting our kids to bed. Marry the nerd.
Imagine making a fire in the fireplace, making an old fashioned for your wife, then going to tend to kids to get them ready for bed, while your bop wife is emasculating you on Instagram, bragging about how she was getting ran through by broke guys like Pookie and Ray Ray, drug dealers and Chads, but in the end was still able to settle for you. You see how destructive simps are? This bop is supposed to be rotting in the bop purgatory, never to be seen or heard of or taken serious in a real relationship ever again. Somehow, some way was able to get a simp, and look how she's treating him. Not only is he doing the man's job, but also doing her job, while she's sitting here emasculating him on the internet. This is the quarrelsome woman they talk about in the Bible. You might as well just live on the roof. This is it right here.
As women, we put men in impossible positions. We expect for them to lead, provide, protect, take on responsibilities, make decisions, but we want them to do it all without authority. So men know that they are supposed to lead the household, but then we will question their decisions. He is told to provide, but then how he provides is criticized. He is told to protect, but then his instincts all of a sudden are dismissed. So here's what happens. He carries all that responsibility, but then has no respect. Unfortunately, leadership without authority is not leadership. That's actually a liability. The part that makes me laugh is that men are blamed for everything that goes wrong, but when they try to guide, they're ignored. It is no way a man is going to show up financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually and not have any influence in the relationship. This creates nothing but resentment and silence. No man is going to keep trying to lead when he's getting resistance. This is the one truth that men understand. You cannot ask a man to lead and then punish him for doing it. Healthy relationships work when leadership is respected, period, and not controlled. Men are not running from love or marriage. They are running from responsibility for outcomes that they are not allowed to shape.
Every time I left his apartment, he would be like, when can I see you again? When's the next time I can see you? And he would like schedule a date right then and there. And the follow-up was so, at first I was like, ew, like you're clingy. But then I was like, oh no, this is what you deserve.
Feels nice.
Yeah. I think something I started to develop as I got older was like, when you think about what you're rejecting, say it out loud and say, I'm not going to see him anymore because he's too nice to me. And how ridiculous that sounds.
Yep.
Like, and if it sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. Anytime I've really ever had doubts about him, which is rare, but it's always been something that is so just clear of my past trauma.
It feels so unfamiliar to know exactly where you stand. While it feels good, it feels kind of scary. And it also feels like, wait, there's no drama.
Right.
What's going on?
Yeah. And like that something might be wrong. And it's like, is there going to be any excitement? Because like, it's always just good. And it's like, there's going to be enough excitement in your own personal life. Like you need a rock. You need someone stable.
Here's why you can't find a boyfriend. I'm a relationship scientist. I've match made hundreds of thousands, including celebrities and some of the most eligible. And here is science. 52% of adult women are single, and this is nearly double than what it was over a couple decades ago. I see this stuff every day. The two clients that have the most difficult time finding compatible connections are beautiful women and successful women. And the women at the top are often both beautiful and successful. At the end, I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to find your most compatible connections. So here's the thing, right? Here's how you solve this. The man you're looking for, your most compatible connection, is probably not on a dating app. The most successful men don't have time to swipe. Even if they're on there, they're probably not going to see your profile. And the most beautiful women are getting matches on dating apps for the wrong reasons. How are you supposed to know that someone's your most compatible connection just based on the photo? So here's what you got to do. There are two things you need to be doing to find your most compatible connection. The first is about being in the right places at the right time and with the right people. Everyone wants to meet someone in person, but are you really making yourself approachable? It's dead simple. You gotta be making eye contact with the people you like. And if you make eye contact with the same guy a couple times and he still doesn't make a move, he's probably not your guy anyways. But that's the thing. Eye contact is the number one thing to get a guy you want to come talk to you. The second way you find your most compatible connection, you should be using a matchmaker. Join their free databases. Every matchmaker has a free database. You fill in all your information. And when one of their paid clients is a compatible connection for you, they'll let you know. And if you want something even better, I made an AI matchmaker. We're a private vetted matchmaking membership for New York's most eligible. It's called Teleport. It's live in New York City. It finds the most compatible connections and actually sets you up. You can use Teleport. You can even use our competitors, but just don't rely on dating apps.
I don't need a man to buy me flowers, but I won't date a man that doesn't. I don't need a man to pay my bills, but I won't date someone that doesn't bring something to the table. I don't need a man to open the doors for me, but I won't date a man who doesn't respect me enough to do it. I don't need a man to provide for me, but I am not going to date a man who has no drive, no ambition, and no plan. See, this is where people get it twisted. Independence doesn't mean I'll accept less. It means the opposite. Because I can do it all alone, my standards are higher. I know my worth. I know what partnership looks like. It's not about money. It's about effort, and it's about consistency. It's about showing up like a grown man who knows what he wants. I won't shrink to keep you comfortable, and I won't settle to keep the peace. I won't carry a relationship all by myself. So if you think she's too independent, she doesn't need me, you're right. I don't need you, but I want a man who wants to match me. I want a man who values what I bring. I want a man who sees me as his equal and still chooses to spoil me anyway. Because being capable doesn't mean I'm hard to love. It just means I won't waste my energy on someone who is not willing to rise to the occasion. Queens, remember this. Your independence is power. But standards, that's your crown. Don't ever take it off.
Stay single. Don't you dare think about it right now. You know that you are not ready for a relationship. I know that you feel alone. I know that you feel a little lonely and you wish you had somebody right next to you right now, but do not rush the process. Take this time to learn you. Take this time to regulate your emotions. Learn how to love yourself again. And most importantly, learn how to regulate your emotions. Do the work, but also take this time to enjoy life. Because it's been a long time since you enjoyed you. Being in your own presence, and be with God. Don't forget that.
It's the most common job of a woman that divorces her husband.
Statistically, the highest would be homemakers. I think the tasks that used to be incumbent on a homemaker are very easily done now. When you were a stay-at-home mom in 1920, you were washing the cloth diapers. You'd go to the grocer or the butcher, and you would buy the things to make a meal, and then you would make that meal for your family. It required quite a bit of effort. And so there was an equality. The man was out there working, women were at home, but they were both really working. Now, that job's really easy. We've got people gassed up on this idea that like, oh my God, the hardest job in the world is being a mom. And it's like, guys, it's not. When your job gives you hours during the day to do nothing but sort of ruminate and compare yourself to other people that you're looking at online and watch TV and listen to messages about why you're great and why everything else is everybody else's fault. Does it turn you into the kind of person who's like, yeah, you know what, there's a better life out there and I deserve it. Yeah, it turns you into that.
I don't want somebody that's going to come around and say, you got your half of the rent this month. No, I don't.
So, well, you were looking for a traditional man, but are you a traditional woman?
Yes.
In what sense?
I feel like
what is traditional woman to you?
Exactly. And see, everybody's definition for words.
Men got one
varies.
line. Men, we're all pretty much the same. We know exactly what traditional is.
I don't think all men are the same.
Oh, majority of us are.
It depends
pretty
if
much
they
the same.
want to do it or not.
I don't think
if
so.
they're traditional man.
I don't think so because some people think courting is tricking. So
no.
I don't think.
No. There's courting and there's tricking. They're vastly different. Tricking is a whole thing of its own. Courting is someone that's reciprocating. If I'm courting a woman and I continue courting, she's reciprocating. But give me
transaction.
It's very transactional. There's no type of emotion involved. Just transactional 100%. Courting is like you feeling me, I'm feeling you. We try to take it somewhere. We try to have kids, family, married. That's the
Chat, do you all agree that is the true
not tricking.
definition? I'd love to see this clip.
You could tell this lady ain't think her divorce through.
If I would have known when I left my daughter's father that I would be spending 6 Thanksgivings without her, would I have changed my mind? I'm a co-parent. My daughter is 8 years old, going on 18, and I've been co-parenting with her dad and his significant other, her stepmom, for the past 6 years now. And I'll sum it up quite quickly. Because of my choice to leave and be a single mom and take that route.
You can tell this woman ain't think about the divorce like all the way through her head. And it's crazy, when it comes to marriage, it's the biggest commitment you could possibly have. And she was in that. Her emotions ran wild, whatever they broke up for. And then obviously she's talking about spending holidays, which Thanksgiving. I mean, of course you're going to split them when you got a divorce, but what does she expect? And then she's tight. Yo, she is tight about her ex-husband because obviously he moved on and got a whole new shorty, 6 years in the making. And yo, she's still tight about it. Like, she's still salty. And you could tell she's salty and got no one in her life, because if she did, she wouldn't be talking about her ex. And this is what I mean, man. When it comes to divorce and marriage, you gotta stick it out. I understand. and all that stuff. There's things to be said about when you should leave, but it doesn't sound like that here. She's just tight that it didn't work out, and she's even having second thoughts. If she knew it would be this bad, maybe she wouldn't have divorced. So this lady, Jenna, sucks to be you, shorty. Enjoy those Thanksgiving by yourself.
If your husband doesn't generate dates, it's because dates aren't important to him. That's why it's on you to generate the date. And he'll want to know where you want to go instead of picking the restaurant. Why? Because he wants to make you happy.
So are dates more for women than for men?
A lot of times, yes. Men don't care a lot about what they like to do or want to do. No, I don't want to load the dishwasher. Will I? Yes. If it makes a difference for her. And I don't have to load the dishwasher the way she loads the dishwasher.
Who is this absolute gem of a woman? I honestly just want to give her a hug. I've got to be one of the most romantic dudes out there. So when a woman like this explains what's in our chaos-filled man brains, it's a breath of fresh air. And ladies, every word that she spoke is pinpoint accurate. I honestly hope that she reaches and touches the hearts of women in the billions. God bless.
I've made dinner every single night for the past 10 years. Every night, my husband still comes up. He acts like it's the first time I've ever made him dinner. Baby, thank you so much for making dinner. This looks delicious. It's the small things like that that remind me I married a good man. Because every single night, it's thank you so much for all of your hard work and what you do for our family. And I don't know, you feel so appreciated. Just sitting here serving dinner and he's like, baby, thank you so much for doing this. And I'm like, you got it, honey. Whatever you want.
Yes, yes, and yes. I love this because this is what marriage should look like. Like one person maybe taking on a specific role and putting in a bunch of effort and then the other person appreciating that. But if that's not enough to convince some of the ladies that I know that are going to flood the comments and say, what do you mean you've made dinner every single night? The man should also contribute to that. If it wasn't apparent, the woman is happy. Okay, the woman has a huge smile on her face. She's happy to make dinner every night because guess what? Her husband is appreciating it. And I bet you anything, even her kids are appreciating it because their kids are learning from their father. And what that gives to that woman in return is purpose. She fills a role. She's giving something to her family that she enjoys. So even if you're somebody that wouldn't feel the same way as she feels about the situation, guess what? You can leave your negativity at the door because the woman is clearly happy about it.
Can you tell me why women don't understand this about men? Men desire respect more than we desire air in our lungs. A man will burn the world to the ground for a woman who respects him, follows his lead, and is his biggest supporter. When a man feels truly valued, when his efforts are acknowledged, his leadership is trusted. He will move mountains for the woman by his side. Respect fuels our ambition, strengthens our love, and makes us want to give you the world. A man who feels respected doesn't just provide, he protects, uplifts, and he dedicates himself fully to the woman who stands by him. But when a man feels unappreciated, constantly questioned or taken for granted, his love begins to fade. No matter how strong his feelings were, disrespect slowly eats away at our desire to give, protect, and commit. A man doesn't need perfection. He needs a woman who believes in him, supports his vision, and stands with him through every storm. When we find that, we won't just build castles for you, we'll make you queen of our entire kingdom.
Dana Dane missed one thing when she talked about why so many women over 35 are single and these men that are offended thinking that it must be because we have too high a standard. No. It's because we had too low of a standard. Many of us have had men ever since we were 15, 16 years old. We was always in relationships. And what we realized is that our standards were too low. Many of us we've already done build a man. We've already gotten a man that we tried to invest in. We tried to believe in whether or not he was rich, poor, blah, blah, blah. We done did all of that. Now, if it doesn't come with what it's supposed to have, we're not waiting for the accessories or the extra parts to be delivered.
This is so typical. This is what they do though, right? They give the worst men everything and they don't got nothing for the good man. This is why they say nice men finish last. I think even that's delusional because the way they tell it, they've never had a good man. That mean good man, they never had. And even when you finally get there, you got to work even harder after being last already anyways. Imagine that. If you got so much to give to men who don't care, what do you have for men who do? Not a thing. They making excuses like anybody care about how dumb y'all was for. That don't got nothing to do with us. This is why I'm glad I'm not a sore loser, because we finished last, but to other men, you can't hate on them. If we do the 100-meter dash and start at the 50 and the women accept it, that's just what it is. The women are the prize, and they allow cheat to win the prize, and then they come back with this like we got anything worth winning anyways. Then you think we gonna work harder? Be for real with yourself. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
I told him I just wanted to be friends, and now he's acting different. No, he's not. He's acting like your friend. That's what you wanted. He's treating you like the homie, because that's what you said you wanted him to be. He's not punishing you. He's not lashing out. He's not throwing a tantrum. He's not acting weird. He's acting like your friend. Now there's boundaries. See, the problem is you want to just be his friend, but you want him to still treat you like a girlfriend. That's what it is. See, now you're not getting your doors opened. Now your calls are getting declined. Now he's not answering whenever you call. Now you got to wait till he's done doing whatever he's doing. You're hearing no a lot more often now, aren't you? He's not being weird. He's being your friend. Now he tells you about the women that he's seeing. Now he needs your opinion on women who look just as good as you. That's what it is. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? Well, hey, ain't nothing you can do about it besides not be friends with him. Hey, what you want from us?
Let's talk about my biggest problems when it comes to dating. I am a very independent person. I also think that I come off as someone who is emotionally closed off, and I have been emotionally closed off the past couple of months. I do think that has kept romantic interests away. I've been told I come off as intimidating, not in a I'm so scary way, more so in a I don't need other people way, or in a I have boundaries and I have standards, so I'm not gonna make it necessarily easy for someone to come in and date me. I'm open to dating and I have met people. I cannot do a casual relationship. I'm too emotional for that and I attach too easily. So I'm of the belief that I would rather wait a little bit for someone who can meet me where I'm at than try and lower my standards or my boundaries because I am in such a good place. I'm trying not to waver my beliefs or anything that's going to set my progress back. I have no problem being alone. Honestly, I've learned to enjoy my own company. But yeah, I think that has been my biggest problem with dating is that I am so closed off and I am a very independent person. I do think that I'm in a season where I'm more open to the idea, but it is not a priority. My priority's been myself, and I think that's important for everybody. Focusing on loving yourself, respecting yourself, and getting to know yourself is important because you cannot open your heart and your mind to loving someone else if you don't love yourself. Be comfortable being alone because like everyone's been telling me, the right person will come when you least expect it. Someone who was in a long-term relationship and did say that to people, it is true. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Be kind to yourself, be patient to yourself, take it day by day. And if no one said it to you today, I'm proud of you and all the progress you've made.
And you have a lot of these men out here that are just regular guys. They're quiet, they're disciplined, and a lot of times because they don't yap about and holler and scream, that's why they get overlooked. Because modern women, they're looking for what they would call an alpha, a double alpha. I'm looking for a lion. Roar and make me hear you. Let me hear you. And so Chad and Tyrone are out there roaring. Just roar, roar, roar. As a matter of fact, Chad and Tyrone, well, sometimes they do, to be fair. But their roar is not even all that. At all. But they go ahead and stand behind a lion that actually know how to do it. And, while they stand in front of a lion that actually knows how to roar. And then when the women look over, is that him? That must be him. And they think, oh, that's Chad roaring like that. He's got something. And they go over there messing with him. When really, actually, honestly and truly, it was the good man. It was a stable man. It was a regular guy that had his stuff together that was roaring like that. But modern women can't distinguish. They can't tell the difference because Chad and Tyrone look good. And that's really all they're looking at. Modern women don't like to tell you, but they're just as lustful as men are. They're filled with lust the same way that men are.